So recently, Bushiri appeared in court. He was very confident. You know, I mean, like the man them even did a video. Bushiri has not been speaking much. In fact, he recently even did a video of how confident he was to assure his people of his innocence. He even asked South Africa to ask for an apology. They must apologize on how innocent he is. Having a child is difficult. But on this video, I want to talk about how, as average people, we are so easy to deceive. We are so easy to get swayed one way or another because there are certain small little elements that make it look like, you know what? Yeah, it actually approves what I'm saying or what I think. First point, before we go into the videos that I want to show you, I want to show you about 3 particular videos. It's that there's this aspect of what they said. It's 21 areas which show tampering with the evidence presented. Now, they're not questioning the evidence. They are questioning the tampering. Now, they didn't tell us what the tampering is. Now, bear in mind that the aspect of that particular tampering might be just a small thing like saying, maybe the person was supposed to sign somewhere, okay? And the case, the entire thing just comes maybe with a stamp from either a police station on an affidavit or something like that. And then for them, that might be seen as tampering, being that it only has a stamp without the signature of the person. So we don't know what would be seen as tampering according to Malawi law. That's the thing that I wanted to first start with. And so it's not a complete thing. The way they were so excited. But there is actually a clip that I want to start with that actually points out the point that I'm actually highlighting right now. When the lawyer for the state presenting for Bushiri's extradition spoke out, and he mentioned this here.
Is cornered or not is a matter of perception. As the state, we are happy with how the witness has performed so far.
So notice there, he says the idea of, oh no, the state witness was actually cornered. He was cornered. So for them, they will look at it as a win. Yeah, we are winning. He says no. That the cornering does not even address thingy. We are happy with how the presentation went out. But this actually brings up, so that's just to point out that particular point, is to say it could be anything. I want to highlight this particular clip from Lelo. Lelo made a video talking about the extraditing of AKA's murderers. And this is what Lelo said in that video.
Read out to you now from my findings. I'm so proud of myself. Is that the accused, the 2 brothers, can actually deny, like Judas, and say, no, we're not going out nowhere. We're not going to go to that country. We are scared for our lives. And the fact that, you remember, they said that they do not want to be in the hands of the police is also something that needs to be taken account for. Do you understand what I'm saying? I had actually previously given you an example and said there was some sort of country that denied to extradite a person because the laws of the country that they were supposed to extradite a person two or four, I don't know which one I should use, were going against their laws because they felt that like they would be sending someone to go and die.
Now, that's important to understand. So thank you very much to us, Lelo. She mentions this point in a video which was talking about the extradition of Thigi. Now, being it that there might be areas of discrepancies, you know what I mean, in one country's laws on the other country's laws, in spite of the fact that there is a wrong that the person should be go and held accountable for, one country might look at it and think by their law standard, we can't because that just looks. And so sometimes people don't actually realize they might be wrong. Okay? Yeah, because Because one country might view it this way, or they might view it this way. Maybe that's why he ran away. Because he saw, right, loopholes, that side will allow me to do so. But Lelo's point here is very important, that there was a country that actually refused to extradite a person because the laws in that country were different. Now, you'll remember she also mentions this point of saying, the person who's supposed to be extradited can say that I don't want to be extradited because my life is in danger. That was the first claim of Papa Bush over there. And so, which was the first thing that they actually ran on, and they made it as a point of saying that's why they're going to stay over there. But now I want to move over to a video that Bushiri's lawyer spoke, and the poetry in this video, it's too much. This is what he said.
But to show that only 3 of the 13 offenses are extraditable, meaning I think as the witness confirmed, the rest fall off. And I think we went further to show that even of those 3 which remain, they still do not comply with the Extradition Act because...
Notice, so he says only 3 of the laws, okay?
3 of the 13 offenses are extraditable. Only 3 of the 13 offenses are extraditable.
So there are 13 out of the things that they want to extradite him for. There are 3 out of the 13 that are extraditable. But he's not saying the 3 have not happened. What he says is the 3, you must still prove that it's an offense in the other country. So as Christians, wrong is wrong. Let's be very clear. Support your spiritual papa or whatever. Wrong remains wrong. These running around laws in order to get away or what, it still doesn't excuse the wrong. Okay? And so I'm talking from a biblical perspective. Wrong is wrong in general, right? Even with common law. Now, because somewhere he says they must still prove that those 3, there are 3 that are extraditable, but they must still prove that those 3 are illegal things in that other country. At this point, we are playing the system. We are not people of justice. We don't care for justice. Because when Bushiri speaks in his video, which I'm not going to play because you see that one he has copyright over. This one he doesn't have copyright over. When Bushiri spoke, he says, yeah, there is no transaction that went from the forex traders to benefit him. Which doesn't say much. He's the one that put those people forward. There is an aspect of offense because in the fact that you are the one who's leading these people and you brought people that actually scammed. He says that, no, we opened a case against the people who had scammed a thingy. Now we need those people who supposedly scammed, whom he opened cases against. We need to know what was the case there that he actually had. Because now we need to ask them. We need to ask those people. Is it Ralph Wayne? We must ask. Who is the one that... And also, this brings up a very interesting one. Remember those times when those people who had sold their taxi and given money over to Bushiri, and those people, their stories came out. You'll remember that there was let me see if I can remember. Those people he then ended up reconciling with. He ended up reconciling with those people. Let me see if I can remember what that entire story was. It was a couple that had actually... The couple had sold, okay? Okay, taxi zone. They had sold a taxi in order to get and actually give money over to Bushiri. And so that entire thing. there was a period where he actually reunited himself with those people, if you remember that story. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that is, so exactly during that period, okay, when those people had sold their taxi, when he reconciled himself with them, what was the basis on that one? Okay, I remember the story very well. It was all over Facebook. Those people were going with Mporo. And so what was the case then? So what I wanted to show in this video is that sometimes, you know, these people, they celebrate, they are rejoicing and whatnot and stuff, but they don't realize, as Christians, wrong remains wrong. Because it can be found innocent in one place and it's not guilty in the other place. The fact that there is an offense, there is an offense. And also that particular point that I mentioned a little bit earlier, that they're just playing cases, subject matters of which country will kind of save them in this particular situation. It's not interest on aspects of wrongdoing. It's just looking for loopholes and thingy. And as Christians, we understand that we are submitted to a higher law, which is the law of the Messiah over government. We are submitted. Yes, we still give the law of the common law that we follow under the country would align itself with that of God. You know, don't steal, don't, you know, those type of things. And so I just found it quite interesting that these people are they're so dull of hearing to a point where they don't even hear that part of it. But I thought to mention it here so that we can be very clear. People that are saying, hey, the documents were tampered. They didn't tell us what exactly is tampering in this case. Because they seem to care that there is tampering here. But when it comes to the fact that there might be an offense, that is an offense here, and it might not be an offense in Malawi, no, they know that part. But when it comes to tampering, they will not forgive that one. They will not excuse that one. Okay? I'm talking about the people that listen. They don't excuse that one, but they are willing to excuse the fact that, oh yeah, he might have done something wrong in South Africa, but you still have to prove that it is wrong. You see, that's a person who does not understand justice. It's the Rick's Reality Show with daily Christian commentary videos. Thought to mention that one, and I'll see you on a later on. We'll still have a live stream in the evening.